Video 5, installing the cassette body. Of course, once you take a hub apart, you want to clean everything involved. You notice I've cleaned everything out from the inside of the driver mechanism there. I've cleaned the cassette body entirely. I like to use, when I take the pawls out and I clean them, I like to use this. This is ATB chain lubricant to lubricate the pawl interface. This one's designed specifically for cassette bodies. I think it's an outstanding product. So I use that. That goes in there when I put the pawls back together. And then I like to use Slick Honey. This is a very light grease to actually lubricate the driver mechanism surface. The light grease performs very well and does not cause excessive drag in the system. So we're going to put this back together. First thing you have to remember is it's got this 1.5 millimeter spacer. That must fit on there. It's very important that this goes on. What this does is this sets the cassette position relative to the floor and the inside of the driver mechanism. So if this is not in there, the entire system will bind. It's necessary that that goes in there. And before we put it together, we're going to put some grease in the driver mechanism. I just like to take some of the Slick Honey. You can see I'm just going around in a circle here. And, you just want to get it in there relatively evenly, but as soon as you get the cassette body in there, it'll move all of the grease around into a nice consistent surface area. And then I like to put a little bit of the Slick Honey on the alignment sleeve here. So that goes in there like that. And that's just a nice little slick surface, and you can just run that around like that. And then finally, I use the ATB for one more thing. I like to put some on the back end of the cassette body support post like that. Okay? So now to install this, you simply slide this over until it's like that. And if you just hold it on the outside here, what you want to do is you want to come in and you want to find the pawls and just click a pawl down, click another pawl down, and find them. And as you go around, you click the pawls down and then sort of spin backwards, the whole thing should drop into place. And then you can just push it into place like that. And you want to, push backwards a little bit, make sure that it's not binding, it's turning smoothly and everything like that. And then we're going to install the threaded bearing cup. This serves two purposes. It locks the cassette body in place, and it also creates the surface for the outside bearing. And I like to use a little bit of Loctite. This is the blue paste, number 248. Similar to the liquid blue, but it's not quite as strong and it's not messy. And so I think it's ideal for this. And this has a 7/16 hex in there. That's what this is for. Oops. Put that in. Thread that into place like that. And obviously this will be built into a wheel when you're working on this. And so then once you've got that hand snug, what you do then is you take your torque wrench and you set your torque wrench to 18 Newton meters and you tighten it. Okay.